right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sultan High School for this afternoon's high school baseball matchup between the hometown Sultan Turks and the visiting Cedar Park Christian Eagles. My name is Dan Beller. I'm your host today, and I'll be with you for the next couple hours as we enjoy some baseball on what has turned out to be a pretty nice afternoon. And actually, the weather has cleared. We have partly cloudy skies, but I would say mostly sunny. Let's look on the bright side here and say mostly sunny skies here at Sultan High School. Field looks in good condition, getting better every day as Mother Nature shines down on us a little bit and turns some of those brown spots green. And they're having their conference at home plate with Coach Leverett showing the field uniqueness and unique aspects to our officiating staff, and we will be underway here in just a couple of moments. I think we're going to have a national anthem, and then we will be underway with action here at Sultan, here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. All right, we are back here and getting ready to head into action here on TurkPride.tv for the Turks and the Eagles. Getting ready to take the field. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm joined in the booth here doing double duty, executive producer Diamond Dave Moon filling in on the scoreboard here for Mickey Miller, and Mickey will be joining us in just a little bit. She was a little delayed, unfortunately, this afternoon, but we got things covered, and we'll do our best to bring you all of the action here as we get underway. It's going to be Kobe Keeler, number 14, on the mound for the Turks, starting out, getting ready to do his warm-up tosses. Number 27, Jack Hamilton, will be behind the plate. And so we go. So again, we're going to have a lot of familiar faces out there today for the Turks as we get ready for action here in just a moment. For those of you that may have been with us back on Monday, these same two teams played, and it was a game that, you know, a learning experience for the Turks. Eagles did an excellent job at hitting the ball and a lot of fly balls, and so that makes it hard when you're getting a lot of hits to the outfield. They were hitting the gaps, and that turned into a pretty productive day for them. The Turks ended up on the short end of that score, so they're hoping for a better result today. And the two teams definitely know each other by now, so we'll see how that manifests itself as we get ready to move on to action. All right, Keeler's completing the last of his warm-up tosses and coming down. Mr. Hamilton throw down to second, and we are just about ready to get underway. All right, leaving things off for the Eagles, number 14, Jensen Lavering. All right, we're ready and set, and off we go. Ball one. So Keeler misses a little low and inside here on his first pitch this afternoon. High, ball two. Swing and a miss, strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here in the top of the first, just underway here at Sultan High School. Turks in their home white, all white, white tops and pants, and the visiting Eagles in their navy tops with white pants. High, ball 3. 3-1. Should get something to take a swing at here, but he'll probably be taking. That's high, ball 4. So Keeler walks his first man, makes the trot down to first base, and it's going to bring up number 6 for the Eagles, and that appears to be Michael Doyle.
Number 6, Michael Doyle.
All right. And we hear the steps. Oh, no, it's Benny. Thought it was Mickey Miller, but it's Benny Peterson. Ball 1. Runner goes. And Hamilton throws, but he's up the line. And it's going to actually go into center field, and he's going to advance over to third. So Steal and an error turns in an advancing runner from first to third. Still no outs. Two balls, no strikes. Chopped slow roller to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly, comes up, but throws too high, and runner will stay at first because it hit right off the screen and then bounced back. But a run does score, so the score now is Eagles 1, Sultan nothing. We've got Diamond Dave Moon, executive producer. Dave, you having fun over there on the board? It's too simple. Yeah, it's old school, Dave. Really old school, right? Dave's filling in for Mickey Miller on doing PA announcing and scoreboard updates here for us at Sultan High School. And Dave is one ball, no strikes. Runner at first. No outs here, top of the first. One run across for the Eagles. Runner goes and hit high, but straight away center field. Actually, it's going to be the left fielder's going to make the catch, and the runner retreats. So one down for the Eagles. There we go. Dave, you're doing great over there. You're pushing all the buttons, man. You're doing great. I know. She's very talented. She's very talented. Nikki can take phone calls from her husband, run the board, and do PA announcing all at the same time, and get her steps in. She does steps in between too. She's amazing. All right, runner remains at first. We got one out here for the Eagles. Runner goes, and the throw is just up the line a little bit, and it makes it safely over to second. All right, so Keeler looks back the runner at second. Fakes the throw, but does not follow through. Throw gets past Hamilton, who is our catcher today, number 27, and runner scoots down to third base. So now we got a runner at third with still one out. Two balls, no strikes on the batter. Or three balls. Number 2, Brandon McClellan, is at the plate right now for the Eagles. Keeler delivers. Gets a strike on that one. Inside corner. Yeah, just keep doing that, right? Just keep doing it. That's right. And that is ball 4. So Keeler gets a free pass there, and now we got runners at the corners for the Eagles. Just one out. Number 8, Ben Hahn steps in. First pitch high, that's a ball. And runner's going to scoot down to second, so now we got runners at second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Eagles. Still just 1 out here in the top of the first. Did he go? Yes. Outside ball. Two balls, 1 strike. Hamilton sets up inside. Keeler delivers. Nice swing and a miss. 2-2. Keeler just needs to keep the ball down, help get some ground balls and double play opportunities. Too many fly balls so far this season for the Turks, regardless of who has been on the mound. High. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So again, got to keep the ball down. Got to keep the ball down. Give yourself opportunities. Keep the ball in play. Not issue walks. Those things have really, really hurt the Turks this year. And that's low, ball 4. So the bases now are loaded. It's going to bring up number 19. Number 19 is Jack Erdman. All right, so Mr. Erdman has an opportunity to be a hero here for his team with the bases loaded and just 1 out. So lots of opportunities here for the Eagles. That's low, ball 1. Again, Keeler needs to concentrate on throwing strikes. Concentrate on throwing strikes, and control's been a little challenging thus far this inning. There we go. That's a good-looking pitch right there. Took a little something off that one, and Erdman was well ahead on that swing. Oh, that's hit well to left field, but it's going to hang in. Left fielder gives chase right on the line and makes the catch. Runner tags from third, and everybody's going to advance, or I should say we're going to have what the sum total is. We're going to have runners at the corners first and third. Run scores now 2-0 Cedar Park. Next up, number 11. That's Brett Henson. So now 2 outs. Runner goes. And Hamilton holds, as he should. Try to make that play on that runner at second. The guy at third is going to try to scoot home on you. So good heady play by Hamilton. Yes, I believe that was a ball. Yeah. Keeler steps off. Strike. Outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, correction. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runners at the corners for the Eagles. And that's outside ball. Eagles leading the Turks 2-0. Keeler looking to get himself out of a jam here. That's outside ball. So now quickly goes from 0-2 to 2-2. That's low. Count is now full, so 3 straight balls by Keeler, who was well ahead in the count, 0-2, now finds himself at a full count. And chopped foul right at the plate. Count remains 3-2. And that's outside ball 4. So Keeler gets well ahead in the count, but then has some control issues and lets him get away, and that loads the bases. Still 2 outs here in the top of the first. Eagles leading the hometown Turks 2-0. And runner goes. And everybody's going to advance on the pass ball. So that's now 3-0. Yes. And London Conrad, number 3, is the batter now for the Eagles. Runners at second and third. 3-0 Cedar Park. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Outside ball. Pitch. Got a strike on their little inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third for the Eagles. And a soft little liner to the second baseman, bobbles it briefly, and just not quite in time. So just slightly misplayed it there, bobbled it ever so slightly, but was just enough to give that runner another stride and just made it safely to first.
Number 5, Matt Gibson.
Number 5 steps in for the Eagles, Matt Gibson. So runners at the corner, still 2 down for the Eagles. Now leading the Turks 4-0 here in the top of the first. Strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. And runner's going to go from first to second. So we got runners first, second, and third. Still 2 outs here for the Eagles. Top the first, leading the Turks 4-0. back on the screen. Strike. Fouled it back to the screen. Yep. And that's hit sharply right over the third baseman into left field. That's going to score 2. They're going to send the man from third. He's going to score standing up as a 2 RBI double. 2 RBI double for Gibson. Nice hit by that young man, and he finds himself all alone out there at second base. So 6-0 now, Cedar Park. Stepping in, number 14, Jensen Lavering. Outside corners. That's a spot that Keeler's been able to hit, and home plate umpire likes, is that outside corner there. So he's definitely expanded that strike zone a little bit on the outside edge. Keeler needs to keep nibbling away at that because that's a good spot to keep that ball, keep it down, and try to get some more ground balls. Chopped to the shortstop. Oh, just gets underneath his glove. And Gibson's gonna make that big turn at third base and score from second base. So that makes it 7-0 Eagles. And Lavering ends up at first. So end result of that is Lavering with a RBI single, giving his team a 7-0 lead. That's high, ball 1. And runner advances to second. We'd like to recognize the Sultan High School sports medicine team is here today under the direction of Brandy Varnell, and they are students participating in this program that offer aid to those who might need it today. We hope that their services are not needed, but we do appreciate them being here. Again, the sports medicine team here at Sultan High School. Pass ball, runner's going to go over to third, so now we have a runner at third base. Still 2 outs. So it's been a long inning for the Turks. It's been 2 outs for a while. And Keeler sets. Comes to the plate. That's a good looking ball. Strike. Good looking pitch. And thought he was going to get a walk, but umpire said otherwise. Full count. All right, so Keeler definitely looking for the strikeout here to get himself out of this inning. And lofted, shallow center field, caught by the second baseman for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the first. Turks find themselves in a hole, 7-0. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the first inning. Turks their first opportunity here and lead things off. Number 1, Lawson Coy. Ooh, hit by a pitch. So first pitch, 1 base runner for the Turks, and Coy trots down to first base. And looks like Mr. Joe Day is going to be our second batter here for the Turks.
Number 7, Joe Day.
Oh, and we got another hit by pitch. Wow, so 2 batters, 2 batters. 2 batters, 2 hit by pitch. This is Jack Hamilton, number 20.
Jack Hamilton. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Jason Atkinson, how you doing there, man? Good.
But not the speakers.
Utility. Utility producer extraordinaire. Jason Atkinson just stepped into the booth here for us. And driven by Hamilton, straightaway center, deep, but nice play, and he'll retreat. All the runners will retreat. So 1 out for the Turks. Kobe Keeler.
Number 14, Kobe Keeler.
All right, Kobe Keeler, number 14, our pitcher today, steps in. Strike 1. So runners at first and second for the Turks. 1 out. And an 0-1 count on the batter, Keeler. Ball outside. Oh, hit nicely by Keeler. That's deep to right field. Oh, and it hits.
Is that over?
That is a home run. Wow. Congratulations, man. That one jumped right off the bat there for Keeler, and he gets a 3-run home run for the Turks. Wow. Congratulations. That's awesome. We don't see those that often. Those are pretty few and far between. So nice shot by Keeler. Yeah. So just that quick. The Turks are right back in things now at 7-3. Stepping in next, number 22, Jason Boyd. Sorry about that. Jaden Boyd, not Jason Boyd. My apologies. And again, we'd like to welcome any fans that are joining us that are fans of the Eagles from Cedar Park Christian. Welcome here to TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Boyd slaps one over to the shortstop, fields it cleanly over to first for out number 2. Number 5, Austin Wiedemann. Austin Wiedemann stepping in for the Turks. Strike. Wiedemann chops a little slow roller to the second baseman, charging hard over to first base and in time. But the Turks score 3 on a home run, 3-run home run by Kobe Keeler. They trail 7-3. All right, we make our way to the top half of the second inning, and if you missed the first inning, you're going to have to go back later on YouTube and rewind, take a look at a three-run shot by Kobe Keeler into right field to get the Turks right back in this thing at 7-3. But Fazio hits one, but it is foul. Not quite as far as Keeler's. It stayed in play, but it was foul. So strike one. It's a long first strike. And that gets past Hamilton. Ball one. And hit sharply, but fielded cleanly by Day over to first base for out number one. So that's how you do it. Just like that. You know, we're hoping that home run last inning really provides a spark for the Turks. Brandon McClellan. Okay. McClellan steps in for the Eagles. Base is empty, one out. Ball one. Strike. So home plate ump's been pretty consistent on that call. He likes giving him that outside corner, low outside corner. And Keeler's trying to find a way to hit that with consistency. Ball. Outside. Foul back to the screen. Strike. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Keeler, that home run last inning seems to have built some confidence into him out there. He's definitely looking sharper here in the second inning than he did in the first. Foul back. And look who's here. Mickey Miller makes an appearance. Dave Moon is very happy to see you, by the way. Not that he wouldn't be otherwise, but he's really happy to see you. Yeah. You missed. And you missed we got a 3-run home run. We got a true home run. Kobe Keeler hit a 3-run shot in the bottom of the first. Full count. Swing and miss, and he goes down on strikes. So Keeler definitely looking sharper here in the second inning. Got to think that home run just really boosted his confidence out there, and it's translating itself here to the second inning. Yeah. Ben Hahn steps in for the Eagles. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the top of the second. That's high. Slapped, but right at the shortstop, fields it cleanly, comes up throwing hard. Coy over to first for out number 3. So a nice inning for the Turks. No runs across. The score remains 7-3. All right, we're back. Looks like Mr. Powell is up for the Turks. That's Jermaine Powell leading things off here in the bottom of the second. So chopped just over the pitcher's outstretched arm. Over second baseman who makes a nice play for out number 1. So again, Turks definitely coming together here today as a team. Really, that 3-run homer by Keeler definitely lifted their spirits in a great second inning in keeping them from scoring any further and keeping this game well within reach here at 7-3. Ball.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So you're here. Mickey Miller has arrived. You've been set free.
I have.
Yes.
I have. Hey, I guess Brian's watching us from home. Hey, Brian.
Brian Atkinson, welcome. Hit sharply, but right at the first baseman, bobbles it just for a moment, but recovers quickly and makes an unassisted play for out number 2. All right. Joshua Whitmire-Skeeth steps in next for the Turks here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. First pitch in, ball. Second inside, jammed him a little bit, comes up over to third base, throwing hard, and recovers, drops it initially, but recovers in time for out number 3. So, no score in here in the bottom of the second. We make our way to the top of the third. Turks trailing 7-3. All right, we make our way to the top half of the third inning here, and with the Eagles leading the hometown Turks 7-3, which has been an entertaining game thus far. Both teams were a little shaky there in the first inning, giving up runs, but in the second inning, everything kind of tightened down. So I'm expecting a good contest from this point forward. These two teams know each other well, and having met now for the third time this week, so. That's inside, ball 1. Oh, and it slapped right into center field. Powell picks it up, and they have a leadoff single for the Eagles. Next up for the Eagles, number 11, Brett Henson stepping in. Strike 1. Nice pitch by Keeler on the inside corner. So Dave, I think you said we've got a busy day going on here on TurkPride.tv. Right now we have obviously baseball here, and we have our sister stream going on with girls softball. Is that right?
Oh boy, howdy!
Oh boy, howdy!
It is a busy day on
Low
Turk Pride today.
Ball. So folks can, if you so inclined, bounce back and forth. We just took a peek at the girls' game, and then the Turks are on the short side of that one right now, but hopefully things will improve for them, as we wish them the best. Oh, hit sharply right straight away center field, and the second baseman Day just not quite in time. And so we've got runners on first and second for the Eagles. No outs here in the top of the third. Stepping in next for the Eagles, number 3. Get my list. London Conrad. Now, Dave, at some point today, you're going to make your standard plea for more subscribers. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Begging, groveling, right? Whatever it takes. Outside ball. Cedar looks, comes to the plate. Yeah, it's ball, low. Runners on first and second. Still no outs here in the top of the third. 2 balls, no strikes to Conrad. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Low ball, 3-1. Three-two. So count is full. Runners now advanced to second and third for the Eagles. They lead the hometown Turks again 7-3 here in the top of the third. And lifted into right field. Long ways to go, just off his outstretched arm. And that's going to score 2. It's going to be a 2 RBI double for Conrad. So nice hit, just trailing down the first base line and just outside of the outstretched arm of the Turk defender out there, Kalen Hardwick. Number 5, Matt Gibson steps in for the Eagles. Low, ball 1. So, Dave, are you ready for your Jerry Lewis telethon?
I am. Sorry, I was trying to get caught up and post a few things on Facebook about
Let's go to the tote. Let's go to the tote board here, right? Let's see how many we got. How many subscribers we have? Fouled on the first base line. So we need more subscribers, is what you're saying, right, David?
We do. TurkPride.tv relies on our subscribers. So it's free. TurkPride.tv is free.
Right. Has been for several years now.
Yep. And we want to keep it free.
Which was speaking from personal experience, much better than the old model.
Yes.
It was so convoluted on how to get to the broadcast, signing up. It was a pain.
Yeah, we've always been free, but
foul.
The NFHS network streaming through them required us to put up a paywall, and then we would give you a code so you could connect for free.
It was a pain.
It was terrible.
It was a pain.
So we're still part of the NFHS network, but we're streaming live through YouTube instead.
Right.
And to keep it free, you guys, so you don't have to deal with this, we need you to hit that subscribe button. Don't worry. That's a beautiful curveball.
It was, yeah, just missed.
Don't worry, it doesn't mean we're going to send you a bunch of stuff. YouTube doesn't notify you when we're playing games or anything like that. The subscribe button lets YouTube know that you're interested in our content. If you want to be notified, all you got to do is hit that little bell next to the subscribe button.
There you go. and slapped to the shortstop. Comes up hard, Coy over to first, not in time, and back over to third, not in time. So close on both accounts, but short on both accounts. They're going to run at the runners at the corners. Oh, I take that back. We did get the runner at first. I stand corrected. My vantage point was slightly obscured there, and we did get the runner at first. So my correction. Glad to be wrong on that one. 1 out now. So, what the goal, David, is 1,000 subscribers? Is
We
that
got to
right?
get to 1,000. Yep.
And where are
YouTube
we
keeps
at?
changing the
Where are we
rules
at
on us.
right now?
Well, we've gained 20 this month alone.
Well, very good.
So we're up to 416.
416. So we're almost halfway there. Getting close to that halfway mark.
Yep, we got to make it. You guys just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. No big deal. Doesn't mean you're going to get bombarded.
And then what we hope is that YouTube doesn't change the threshold to like 1,500,
yeah,
right?
right?
Or 2,000.
Well, they changed it to 100. We met it. And then they changed it to 1,000.
It's like they just take the carrot and they keep
Yeah,
dangling it further
right?
and further out in front of you, right? Jump higher, jump farther. It's never good enough. All right, back to action.
We
Ooh, close inside.
we far exceed all their other expectations. They expect you to, put out a certain number of streams and put out a certain number of hours of content, and we blow all that stuff out of the water.
There you go.
And then even the watch time is supposed to be at a certain level, and we blow that out of the water.
Very cool.
The only thing we're missing is the subscribers.
Tell them they need to cut us some slack on the subscribers then, since we're so far over on all the other criteria.
I agree.
Hey, make it 500 instead of 1,000, right? We'd be right on the doorstep. Keeler steps off. So again, runner at third for the Eagles. 1 out here in the top of the third. They lead the hometown Turks 9-3. Check swing. Inside. Ball. 3-1. Foul on the third base line. Count goes full. 3-2. Keeler takes his sign and comes to the plate. Strike 3, get him looking. Nice pitch by Keeler on the outside corner. So 2 down now. Stepping in number 6 for the Eagles. Outside, ball 1. So Dave, I had a question for you. Is there a limit to how many, again, we've made people aware we have our sister stream going on with girls softball right now, but is there any limit to how many that we could do simultaneously? I mean, if we had 3 events going simultaneously, is that possible?
We've actually had 3 events. When they did a soccer game early at 5.
That's what I was thinking, because we do have soccer still this evening, but it'll probably be after these 2 games have completed themselves. But if they did overlap, you're saying that's something you have done before and could do again.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
It was a challenge.
I bet it is from a people power standpoint, right? And Hamilton loses it there, but keeps it in front of him. And the soccer game this evening is a 7 o'clock start, is that right?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock start. So, we're just getting started here on TurkBride.tv. We have our sister stream going on with girls softball, obviously boys baseball here, and soccer coming up. Pretty close to the conclusion of these games, I would expect we can switch over and have soccer here on TurkBride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Outside, ball 4. So he's going to get a free pass. And yes, so today's your busy day. Baseball, softball and soccer all going on. So tonight soccer against the South Whidbey Falcons, the same school that the girls are playing in softball right now. South
Oh,
Whidbey.
I probably got an update on that.
Yeah, let's switch over and let's get us an update on girls softball here on TurkPride.tv. On our sister stream.
So it looks like we are at the top of the 5th, and it's 10-1.
Top of the 5th, 10-1.
Not the Turks.
Not, and on the that's the Eagles with the. There we go. So yes, and they're playing South Whidbey. Is that right?
Correct.
South Whidbey. So South Whidbey leading the Lady Turks 10-1.
No, I'm sorry. No, they're playing Cedar Park Christian as well.
Oh, they're playing Cedar Park.
Yeah.
Oh, well, your notes said South Whidbey.
Yeah, it
here.
does say South Whidbey.
Jeez,
No,
you're
this is Cedar Park.
outside.
I think. Maybe
Is that a
well,
is
maybe
that an error or? Let's see here. We can look at the unis. We can
Cedar
probably
Park
tell.
Christian Eagles? It looks Cedar Park, doesn't it?
Well, that's the Turks there.
Oh, you're right.
That's the Turks. We'll clarify. We'll clarify here who we're. I was just going off of your handwritten notes that you provided me earlier this week, David. So if it's wrong, just blame Dave.
There's,
all right.
There they are.
If it's wrong, just blame Dave. That looks like South Whidbey.
Uh-oh. I mean, somebody's got the
That looks
stream
like
wrong.
that looks like South
Whoops.
Whidbey. They kind of have a royal blue, where Cedar Park is a navy blue. But I could be wrong.
Could help.
All right, back to the action here. 1-1, 2 outs, and low ball. Runners at second and third for the Eagles. Keeler delivers, hit sharply over the second baseman's head. That's going to score 2. And first one comes in easily, second one rounds and scores. So that's a 2 RBI single, and it now makes it 11-3 Eagles. Time. And we're going to have a pinch runner come in as well. So second inning was very productive for both squads. No runs scored. Now we're here in the third. And things Eagles are kind of getting back in the groove again.
It is South Whidbey.
And have put 4 on the board. It is South Whidbey. Okay, so yes, clarification. We were initially correct. And it's a slow roller. Nice hustle by Coy to get over there, but no possibility to make a play on that. So we got runners now at first and second, still 2 outs. So yes, for those of you enjoying the sister stream with Lady Turk softball, it is South Whidbey the opponent, not Cedar Park Christian. We do apologize for that technical difficulty there, but it looks like we're trying to get that rectified. Strike on the outside corner. Keeler's done a nice job of hitting that spot here this afternoon, and we're going to need more of that as we continue on. Heard a little thunder in the distance there, as if that's what I thought it was. So right now, I would say originally we started out mostly sunny. I would call it mostly cloudy now. It has clouded up a fair amount since we began the game an hour or so ago. And but no threat of rain thus far, but did hear a little rumble of thunder in the distance. So we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully we'll be able to get today's game in uninterrupted. Keeler gets his sign, comes home, low, ball. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for the Eagles, leading 11-3 here in the top of the third. And hit sharply. That is foul, though, down the third base line. So if you like offense, this has been a good, exciting game thus far. 14 runs in total on the board here, and we're not even halfway through the third inning yet. The only unfortunate part is most of those runs are on the other side of the toe board from the Turks. That's the only negative part of that. But like I said, if you like offense, this has been a lot of fun. And for those of you that missed it, you got to go back later on and look at Mr. Keeler in the first inning. Kobe Keeler, our pitcher out there, hit a 3-run shot to right field. And I've been doing this for about 6-7 years now, and that's about 6 years. And that's walk ball 4. And I can count on one hand the number of true home runs that I've hit here. Jay Leverett, I remember seeing Jay hit one. I remember seeing Sean Smith hit one. And now Kobe Keeler, off the top of my head, is added to that short list of players who have hit true home runs here at Sultan High School. And it looks like we may have a pitching change. Coach Leverett's going to come out. He's going to take the ball, and we are going to have a pitching change. So we're going to have a brief timeout, put on a little music here, and we'll be back at things with you after warm-ups. Let you know who the pitching change is in just a moment. I saw your topics for the meeting, Dave. I saw the record whistle.
Oh my.
All right, we make our way after our pitching change here. Jaden Boyd is coming on for the Turks and will relieve Mr. Keeler. Kobe Keeler's going to move over to third base. So it looks like it's just a swap for third base for pitcher. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And lifted straight away center, very shallow though. And Coy comes over to make the catch for out number 3. So, score is now 12-3 Cedar Park. We're going to make our way to the bottom half of the third. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the third inning. And leading things off, number 1, Lawson Coy. Lawson's been playing shortstop today for the Turks, doing a nice job out in the field out there. First pitch swing and a miss. Those of you just joining us, you missed a treat, a rare treat here at Sultan High School, a true home run by our starting pitcher, number 14, Kobe Keeler, 3-run shot down the third down straightaway right field. And nice job for that young man. As I had said previously, I can count on one hand in the number of years that I've been doing this, and I've seen a true home run here at Sultan High School, so he adds his name to a very short but prestigious list. And Coy hits it foul. It's going to go out of play down the third baseline. So, Dave, you don't have your headset on there, Dave.
I'm back.
Wake up, Dave. Wake up now. I think you need to swing and a miss, and Coy goes down on strikes. I think maybe you need to call your wife and have her do a windmill espresso run for you, right?
Yeah.
Windmill Espresso is a long-time sponsor here on TruckPride.tv. Speaking of that, there we go. Get that out. Yeah, there we go.
It's a given this time, right?
Well, yeah. Yep. So, all right, Joe Day. And hit sharply, but right at the shortstop. Fields it cleanly, comes up, pumps twice, and safe. That second pump there of the arm pump was just enough to stop that from happening. And so, nice hustle by Day to get on with a base hit. And Jack Hamilton, number 27, our catcher, steps in. Hamilton's been a real gamer for the Turks this year. He's had a landed really awkwardly. He was playing shortstop last game, landed very awkwardly on his shoulder, but hung in there and continued to play. So he's definitely a tough kid. All right, so Day makes his way over to third base now. So the Turks definitely threatening here with just one out in the bottom half of the third. Swing and a miss. Hamilton took a big cut at it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, so Dave, I think you need to you gotta make it to what, like 9 o'clock tonight, don't you?
I do.
You're working the overtime tonight. Does the wife bring you like dinner or anything like that?
You met my wife.
I guess that's a no. And Hamilton gets a free pass. So we got runners at the corners for the Turks, and this is the man of the hour for the Turks.
14,
Kobe Keeler in his first AB, 3-run home run. So he finds himself in a similar situation, 2 men on base. Wow. That's a lot to ask of anybody to try to replicate that feat, but we can dream. Keeler slaps one down third baseline, foul. So basically you're saying concession stand pretty much is dinner tonight, right, Dave? Is that what you're pretty much saying?
Do we even have a concession stand?
I don't know. Maybe I misspoke. I'm not sure if the concession stand is open tonight. Inside ball. And hit straight away. Well, no, it's left center left fielder makes the play, and everybody holds. So we got runners still at the corners now, 2 outs. So long fly ball out for Keeler.
Number 22, Jaden Boyd.
Jaden Boyd, our pitcher, is going to step in. Swing and a miss. High ball. Turks definitely would like to come away with at least something here. With, again, runners on the corners, but now 2 outs in the bottom half of the third. And slapped by Boyd. That's a chopper. Third's going to hold, and he got it for out number 3. So the Turks threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the 4th, trailing 12-3. All right, we make our way to the 4th inning here. Brett Henson leading things off for the Eagles. Outside ball. Strike one. 1-1. I would like to thank all of those fans that came out here today at Sultan High School and all of you listening on TurkPride.tv. We hope you enjoy the game just as much as we enjoy bringing it to you here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Foul back behind the screen. Strike two. Oh, and that's within shallow right, just over the second baseman, Mr. Day's glove, and it falls in as a bloop single. London Conrad, number 3, steps in next for the Eagles. Runner at first base. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Score, we had a correction on the score. It is 11-3. 11-3 here, top of the fourth. Ball gets past Hamilton, but he recovers quickly, and runner holds at first. Strike. 1-1. Strike. And outside pitch hit, that's foul down the first base line, and no play. Count stays 1-2. All right, we've just jumped over to our sister stream, and we do have a final to report. Over on the Deuce, yes, our sister stream. Final score, South Whitby Falcons 10, Sultan Lady Turks 1. So the Lady Turks come up on the short end. I believe that's their first home game. Is that right, Mickey? Yeah, first home game this season for the Lady Turks. Another one tomorrow? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, another game tomorrow. There's so many games here, Dave. I'm trying to keep track of them all. So tomorrow the girls play against Coopville. Ball gets past Hamilton. Runner makes his way from first to second. So still upcoming here on TurkPride.tv this week. Obviously, our game that you're enjoying right now tonight will be at 7 o'clock, soccer against South Whitby. And then Thursday, girls softball against Coopville, and Friday, soccer against Kings. So still lots of great action here available on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Boy, it's outside ball. And so, Dave, we'll have you put your headset on there. Dave Moon, Diamond Dave Moon, executive producer extraordinaire, will join us momentarily. So I'm hearing that you're wanting to, you're feeling you don't have enough programming on TurkPride.tv. You want to increase the amount of broadcasts.
That's right. I want to be able to hit 8 live streams at the same time.
That's right, because you don't have enough to do in the evenings, right?
That's right. I'm bored.
I'm bored.
I'm bored.
I'm bored.
We'll be streaming chess matches at lunchtime.
That's right. Foursquare.
Mickey's intervention circles.
That's right.
Where they pass the talking stick around.
I like Mickey Miller's advice for the lovelorn. I really do.
There
I
you
think
go,
that
yeah.
it's just a great. It's just Mickey could just get right in there and speak to these young kids and give them some sage advice. Just good solid advice. All right, we're back to action. So we've got bases first and second filled with Eagles.
Eat your heart out, Delilah. Late night with Delilah? Wasn't that what
No,
that was?
Delilah.
Delilah.
Delilah. She's back on the radio, I heard. I saw an ad for her. She's on The Sound. It's called The Sound. Some 104 something or other. Yeah, she's got nothing on Mickey Miller, that's
Nope.
for sure.
Nope.
No way.
Nikki has to take a number outside her door even.
That's right.
She's so popular.
You gotta make an appointment. That's right. It's like getting in to see your doctor. You gotta reserve a spot 2 weeks in advance, man. Yeah, that's right. Dr. Mickey is in the house. All right, we're back to action here. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Outside ball, 3-0. So we've got Eagles sitting on first and second. They currently enjoy an 11-3 lead over the hometown Turks, top of the 4th. And the weather continues to hold here. So I heard a rumbling of thunder probably a half an hour or so ago, but nothing since, so that's good. Hit, and that's a flailer right down the first base line. That's going to be fair, and everybody's going to advance, and we're going to have bases loaded. I did hear that the weather is supposed to kind of deteriorate this evening, get some rain showers overnight, but then clear up again in the morning. So we're hoping that that will stay away and get our game in this afternoon. Current conditions about, let's say 63 degrees. Let's get a current reading here. 61 degrees. So
Rain's
great.
supposed to hold off, though.
That's what it said, yeah, till later tonight. So, base is loaded. And it's check swing, but a strike. High ball. High ball. That's high, gets past Hamilton. All right, and walks in a run. So now it's going to make it 12-3.
She wants to bring it up to me. I can take it up.
And we're going to have a little conversation at the mound, Coach Leverett. So bases loaded still for the Eagles. 12-3 here in the top of the 4th. So Dave, who do you have on your broadcast tonight for soccer?
Silas Woods.
Silas Woods.
Yep. Although he had surgery a couple days ago, and
Uh-huh.
it doesn't sound like he might not make it, so I might be filling in for Silas.
I see. Now, I'm not familiar. Is Silas a student?
Yep, yep. He's
oh,
a
okay,
student. Yep,
okay.
yep. And he
Gotcha.
loves soccer. He did soccer pretty much all last year.
Wonderful.
When Connor couldn't.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he
That is very cool.
to Letter and Turk Pride TV either got to do an entire season of a stream, like be here for every baseball, or you can add a whole bunch of efforts together to do it.
I see.
And he was going for it, but this surgery kind of messed him up.
Oh, that's too bad. High ball. One ball, no strikes. Bases loaded, no outs here in the top of the fourth. So Boyd's got himself in kind of a tough predicament. And need a ground ball. Double play would be just fantastic right now. Outside ball. Oh, got him. All right, that's going to walk in a run as well, so it's going to go now 13-3. So got him on the shoe there. Looks like he's fine trotting down to first base. So, Dave, you're speaking of your broadcaster for soccer. I know you've kind of had a little rash of, not bad luck, but just as far as students this year, just not as many involved. Is that what you were saying?
Oh yeah, it's been a tough year.
Yeah, and really, always this undertaking was always designed to be a student-led, student involvement activity, and definitely really enjoy. I've had some great producers over the years, Ben and Matt, and have just done a great job. Been a lot of fun to work with, great young men. And it's very rewarding to see those that start out maybe very shy and mature and gain confidence as they spend a couple seasons with us in the booth, and definitely enjoy that.
Nice.
Not that I don't enjoy spending time with you, but, and the lovely and talented Mickey Miller obviously is always here as well.
We just need to get Mickey on the mic.
Well, she's doing the PA stuff. She can't do everything. I mean, she does the PA stuff. She runs the scoreboard.
Just push a few buttons over there.
She gets her steps in between batters. I mean, all the while when she's got high heels on. I mean, she does it all. Mickey, and she does advice for she does Mickey Miller's advice for the Lovelorn also too. So she does it all. Mm-hmm.
So I think what hurt me is, usually the upperclassmen, they're the ones that are producing pretty regularly. And then the younger kids come up and, kind of fill in the shoes, right?
Right.
Well, this year, my younger dream team all decided to do running start.
You had said that.
Yeah, and that hurts.
Yeah. High and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the top of the fourth, so got a ways to go. Foul down the first baseline. Outside. So maybe it's free pizza. That's what you need to do more of, Dave. Free pizza. Kids love pizza, right?
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
Teenagers love pizza.
I used to have a Woody, one of the community seniors, used to come by and bring us treats every once a week on Turk Pride production day. But he hasn't done it much this year. His source is dried up.
Outside ball, and that's ball 4. So that's going to create a walk, and they're going to bring another run in for the Eagles and make it now 14-3. And it looks like we're going to probably have a pitching change. I see Coach Leverett coming out for a second time, pointing towards Lawson Coy, it looks like, is going to be our relief pitcher here. So we'll take a brief break, and we'll get Mr. Coy warmed up, and we will be back to action here in just a moment.
Well, I was hoping I'd get a break between baseball and soccer. That might not happen.
Might not. You're gonna. We're making you work for that big hefty paycheck. Oh no, that's right. That's only our friend and colleague, Mr. Atkinson, right?
That's right.
I heard. Did I hear you say Mr. Atkinson was watching us on the World Wide Web?
He's watching us.
He's watching us. Well, welcome, Brian. We our friend and colleague, Mr. Brian Atkinson. I haven't seen. Now I live right down the street. I mean, literally, I could throw a stone and hit Brian's house from where I live. And just because of his erratic work schedule with a not to be named airplane manufacturer in the greater Everett area, I just hardly ever see Brian. Maybe driving out the street and we might wave at each other, but that's probably the extent of the conversations that we have. We see each other during football season, but other than that, we just don't see each other very often. So. All right, we're going to let Coy continue his warm-ups, and we'll be back with you here in just a moment on TurkPride.tv. All right, we're back to action. Number one, Lawson Coy comes in a tough spot here. Bases loaded for the Eagles here in the top of the fourth, and no outs. So bases loaded, no outs. So Coy's definitely looking for a ground ball. That's his best friend right now, and see if he can get a double play. And hit straight away. Right center. That's going to drop in between, and it's going to go almost to the warning track there. 1-2 score for the Eagles, and now we've got 16-3. So what started out well for the Turks, again, first inning, a little shaky. Second inning was fantastic, but since then the Eagles bats definitely have heated up, and we're back to pretty close what their score output was in the first meeting between these two teams back on Monday. Strike in the inside corner. Nice pitch by Coy. Oh, 1. Slapped to the second baseman. Bobbles it slightly, but comes up, throwing, and over to Weedman for out number 1. So we've got runners now just at third, but a run does come across for the Eagles, and now 17-3. Strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. So Dave, do you know, are there any other, is there like a record for the number of hours of content that a high school has broadcast? Are you aware of any sort of like, I mean, I know you said we're way up there.
I'll tell you what, we push out as much content as schools that have this as a class.
Yeah. No,
hands down.
I would believe that. I know you spend many, many hours in putting this together.
And there's been, many schools that have tried to imitate our success, but they seem to always fall short. They'll just pick and choose which games or...
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
There you go. The original and still the best. Now we're going to have a little conversation. He said it was a foul tip. Coach Leverett saying it's a foul tip, and he caught it, and should be an out if that's the case.
I missed that.
Yep. Protest doesn't hold. It says with a foul. All right. Well. All right. Coach Lever was saying that was a caught tip third strike, and it should have been an out, but his protest goes for naught.
Here it is if you want to see it.
And hit straight away center. Powell gets a kind of a late jump on it and makes the catch. Run, tags, and scores to go down to 18-3. Hard to kind of tell from that angle. So, Dave, I know we've talked about this before, but,
he's wrong. That's not what happened.
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
The miracle of instant replay. Huh?
Yeah, can't back you up on that one there,
so,
Coach.
So yeah, Dave, I think we should just have students like all day going out with GoPros, just broadcasting content
right?
all day long, 24 hours.
Keyboarding 101.
Yes. I can see, we could have an exciting, like we've talked about this stuff, exciting stuff. Mahjong. We could stream Mahjong. I mean, solitaire. I mean, this is good stuff. This
Cooking
is
with lunch ladies.
Cooking with the lunch. That's good stuff, man. I mean, it doesn't all have to be exciting content like Mickey Miller's advice for the lovelorn. I mean, it can be stuff that's not quite that exciting. I mean, it doesn't have to be. Foul back right at our location here.
Maybe some reality TV too.
Oh,
right?
No,
we could have a camera crew following Miss Whitmire everywhere.
Oh boy, I don't know. That could be. Oh boy, yeah. A day in the life of Ms. Whitmire, right? Foul, back off the screen again.
Yeah, maybe we could just get some people to wear body cameras. And
Yeah, exactly. I think, like a first-person perspective going through the lunch line and seeing what's for lunch that day, talking about that. That'd be good stuff. This is riveting content.
We're joining our live reporter at the lunch line.
That's right.
Les, Desmond, can you tell me what's going on?
Do I take the burrito or do I go for the pizza? Swing and a miss. And Coy retires the side. So we make our way to the bottom half of the fourth. Turks trailing 18-3.
You guys need a heater in here.
Yeah, we. All right, we make our way to the bottom half of the fourth inning here. Leading off for the Turks, it's number 5, Austin Wiedemann. First pitch, strike one. And a little blooper, and that chopped foul. Third baseman and pitcher both give charge, but it drops foul. Wiedemann steps back in, 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes, out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for the Turks here in the bottom of the fourth.
Number 11, Tremaine Powell.
Powell playing center field today. He was relief pitcher for us on Monday against these same Eagles. Fouls first pitch back to the screen, strike one. Fouled off the screen, strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. You know, Dave, you talk about amount of content and the number of TV channels that we have now, and TV, everything on TV now is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Back when you and I were growing up, that certainly wasn't wasn't the case. And,
No.
I was reading an article about how TV stations obviously are just scrambling for content to fill all these hours and hours and hours that they have. And you know what the big thing is, Dave? Now we have like 300 channels, and there's still nothing on TV to watch. we used to say that when we had the old rotary dials, and there was 13 channels, and we say it today.
Well, at least you can burn an hour going through all the channels.
Yeah, exactly. You can. Yeah, exactly. And we still don't have anything to watch, right? We're complaining about it just like we did back then. There's nothing on TV.
Wow.
One ball, 2 strikes. Caden Hardwick in for the Turks. Swing and a miss, and the Turks go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. We'll make our way to the 5th. Turks still trail 18-3. All right, we make our way to the top half of the 5th inning here, and the Eagles with a comfortable 18-3 lead at this point. Leading off for them is going to be number 1, Ben Harai. No, I'm not sure if that's. I think it's an L. Harrell. Harrell. Hey, there we go. Let's go with that.
Thanks for the help there, Mickey.
Yeah.
Can you see how she let you just flounder there?
Harrell, yeah. So, hail. Mickey and I have decided the next thing we need to do is require all these coaches to submit their rosters in a typed format before the game. That's the next thing. Typed in big font, because I'm getting to where I need to use my glasses to see it. It needs to be like 14-point or larger font. One ball, 1 strike. Strike.
You crowd my plate, I'm going to throw it close.
Outside ball. Dave, did you say you'd ordered pizza for us?
Oh,
Six
man.
6 more minutes. We're into overtime. 2 hours. After 2 hours, you have to feed Mickey and I.
Guaranteed dinner.
Yeah, exactly. After anything goes over 2 hours, you got to buy dinner. Swing and a miss.
That's striked out.
Got him. Tagged him out. Good hustle by Hamilton. Dropped third strike and makes the tag for the out.
I don't understand what happened there because he dropped the ball.
He dropped the ball. If the third strike is dropped by the catcher, then it's actually a live play, which is I've never really quite understood that rule. But anyway, the runner can run, and if he makes it safely at first base, he's on first base. That's one of the odder rules in baseball. Inside ball. And again, we'd like to recognize the Sultan High School Sports Medicine Club here under the direction of Brandy Varnell. These are students that participate in this program to learn skills as far as sports medicine is concerned. And that's hit sharply to left center. That's going to get past and it's going to roll all the way to the wall and bounce, and it's going to be an RBI double. All right, nice double there for that young man. Anyway, so we do appreciate and recognize them and the hard work that they do. We appreciate their attendance, but we hope that their services are not needed this afternoon.
Mickey, who's running scoreboard for soccer? She'll hog the heat.
All right. So, Dave, speaking of that, we got T minus 1 hour and 4 minutes until TurkPride.tv heads over to our sister stream for soccer tonight. It's pretty exciting stuff.
You joining me?
You know, I know absolutely nothing about soccer, so no, I'm going to let you have all that fun there, David. Are you a soccer aficionado?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'll jump on at the beginning, introduce the game, and probably be silent the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Foul down the first baseline. So it sounds like a pretty riveting broadcast.
Right? It will be exciting.
It's
You'll be on your seat the
exciting
entire time, I promise you.
Because soccer, at times, by its very nature, is just a riveting, exciting entity as it is.
He
right?
kicks
When it's
left,
like
he kicks
one-
right, he kicks left, he kicks right.
Those 1-0 contests, you know, they can be pretty riveting stuff sometimes.
They need to do something about the overtime in soccer, though.
Oh, is it? Overtime
Let's
is
just
the killer.
have a kickoff. So in the end, it doesn't matter about your skill.
You know what I think they need to do? They just need to double the size of the goal. That way you'd score a lot more points. That'd be more exciting, right?
right?
Yeah. If you just make the goal like from one side to the other, the goalie would hardly. Yeah, you could have games like 15 to 12 or something like that. You could add a lot of excitement, a lot more scoring.
I don't know. We need to figure out a way to score in baseball while you're on defense.
Yes.
That would change some things.
Yes, it would.
You know, like if the pitcher could turn around and nail him while he's off the bag. Point.
No, we're not encouraging violence. Let's see.
Well, that's right? There'd be a lot less leadoff, wouldn't there? And, you know, if you miss, that ball's just going to go sailing by. He's, you know, he's got his base or two.
It is. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Runners at first and second for the Eagles, leading 18-3 here in the top half of the 5th. Inside ball. Yeah, we got time. Speaking of goals, I had a chance to go and on Saturday night, took the family and we went over and watched the Everett Silvertips. They are the U.S. Division champions. They're playing Tri-Cities, and they won on Friday night 6-1. They won on a very entertaining game. Boy, lots of, if you like fights and hockey games and lots of people getting ejected and lots of penalty time, you would have loved Saturday night's game because it was a rough and tumble affair, and the Tips came out on the top 4-3, so they play in Tri-Cities tonight. Game number 3. Best of 7 And so we wish the Everett Silvertips all the best as they take on the Tri-City Americans tonight over at the Toyota Center in Tri-Cities.
And best of 7, so it's like the World Series.
Best of 7, yes. They start best of 7. So first team to win 4. Tips are up 2-0 and looking to go up 3-0 tonight. So next 2 games, game 3 and 4, will be in Tri-Cities. Game 5, if necessary, will be Saturday back in Everett at Angel of the Winds.
And what
Arena.
is this title?
They've won. They are the U.S. Division champions, but they've still got about 3 rounds to go till they would get to the championship level. You've got to get through a U.S. Division, you've got a Canadian Division, and then the East versus West champions play. So, and we've got a pitching change. So it looks like Wiedemann is going to come in. So we'll have a little bit of a break here, and we'll be back to action in just a moment here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. All right, Austin Wiedemann steps in for the Turks here. He is our 4th pitcher, I believe, we have had this afternoon. And Cole Fazio, left-hander, is going to step in for the Eagles. He's got his teammates first, second, and third bases loaded, 1 out here for the Eagles. Top of the 5th, and jumps on the first pitch, hits a high fly ball straight away center field. Oh, and Powell had a beat on it and just misplayed it, and it dropped right in front of his feet. So, but fortunately, only 1 scores, and now makes it 19-3. Number 2, Brandon McLean steps in. Still just 1 out. Bases loaded for the Eagles. High ball. High ball. What kind of speed you seen there, Dave? Power went out. Batteries died, huh? Good old nickel cadmium batteries there, right? I think he uses them both. Anyway, we're looking at the jugs gun here that we have, but the batteries unfortunately have left the building. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike. Nikki Miller and I are very happy to report that pizza's on the way. Dave reports that pizza is being delivered as we speak. Yeah. Since we're past the 2 hour mark here. And walks through 1. So 20-0 to 3 Eagles. Ben Hahn. Inside corner, strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. Well, Dave, we don't want you to get we want you to be able to just be nice and warmed up so you can move right from this to soccer. See, once you have any break, you might get rusty during the break. Outside ball. Oh, gets past the catcher, but everybody holds. And a short little blooper to the shortstop, and Coy just misplays it slightly, and run scores. And the bases stay full. So, this was something that we saw in the game on Monday. It just got to where they were base hits, lots of base runners, and it just kind of snowballs on you. Turks looked real good for the first 2 innings. We're in a 7-3 game, very close. And boy, just how quickly it can get away from you. It just really can. And it all comes down to pitching. It just does. Base on balls, hit by pitch, pass balls, things like that. Just really, the Turks have struggled this season with that, and it's made it a very difficult hill to climb at times for them as they try to overcome some of those mistakes. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Fooled him with some off speed there. But with that being said, let's take nothing from the Eagles. They're a very talented team. They hit the ball very well coached, good fielding defensive squad. They'll be hard to beat, I think, in the single A classification here this year. I think that they will do very well, and from what I know, looking at the records thus far, they probably are the team to beat.
And we faced them one more time at a away game, right?
Yes, on Friday. So, and again, the Turks have other opponents upcoming that, this, I think, like I said, it's tough to start your season against what might be the best opponent in the league. They'll have other series coming up against teams that the records are a little bit closer, struggling kind of similar to how the Turks are struggling here. So, better times ahead. Better times are ahead for the Turks here this season. I truly feel that way.
Well, it seems weird to me that all 3 of our face-offs with them is the same week, back to back to back.
Yeah, that's how they do it here. And so each week you'll have a different, and that's hit sharply to left field. Fielded for an out number 2, but runner tags and scores, and it's going to go 2-2. So that is how they do it as far as the teams within your own classification. So the single A teams, Turks are a single A division school. Cedar Park Christian, they play them 3 times. They will play Granite Falls 3 times.
But
they will
always
play
back
Coopville
to
3.
back?
In a
mix
week.
It up a little bit.
In a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So within a week, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they will do that when they play Granite Falls. They will do that when they play Coopville, and they will do that when they play South Woodby. So this is just the first of 4 series that they will have here this season. And like I said, of the 4, this is probably the best team of the 4 series that they will play. So Which, you know, if you want to look at the bright side, that means, hey, you get the toughest squad out of the way early, and now you can move on to teams that are, you know, maybe a little more commensurate with the level of play that you're fielding out there right now. But time will tell. Time will tell, and see how we do against Coopville, Granite Falls, and South Whitby. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the Eagles.
Oh, boy, so close. Did you see that, Dan?
I did not. I am sorry. I looked away for just a moment.
He overthrew to the third baseman, and then to the shortstop, and rolled right past him, so they were able to bring in another run.
Oh, boy. So when it rains, it pours, is the old saying, right? Strike 1. Runners at the corners for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. 2 down. Swing, fouled back to the screen. Strike 2.
The ump almost ate that one.
Yeah, he did. So, Dave, any big plans for you spring breaks next week?
Jen and I are going to take Thursday, Friday. Going to go do something.
Very nice. Very nice.
Working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pretty much all of technology is going to be gone Thursday, Friday.
Wow. And strike 3. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Last chance here for the Turks.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dave.
Why don't you talk to Adam for a second? Adam is our talent for softball this season.
Hey, Adam. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Put on the headset there. Well, Adam, welcome to the broadcast.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you got a great voice, man. You got a great voice. So we were peeking over on the stream you had there. The Turks came up short. 10-1 was the final score. Is that right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so maybe give us. I mean, what were the challenges? Was it just Turks struggling, or pitching, or just ran into a really good team, or what was the reason for the outcome?
And just felt like an off game for a lot of the team.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just couldn't hit the ball, and
Matty's pitching seemed a little bit off, but
okay. Lots of space on balls, or not necessarily. But
I'm trying to think now because
you're like that was like an hour ago, right?
Yeah.
Like what happened?
I have the memorization skills of a goldfish, so
what? You're a play-by-play announcer. You don't have to remember all that stuff. You just have to be able to speak in the moment,
got to
right?
be there in the moment.
You got to be able to be in the moment, improvise, pick up on things and stuff like that.
I'm not an analyst. That is.
Well, hey, this is like I've told Dave. What we do is sports entertainment. This is not hardcore sports. This is sports entertainment. We have a good time, and but anyway, so the girls play tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they do play tomorrow.
Coopville. Coopville is what I show here on the Thursday. They're going to take on Coopville. And so we wish you and the girls well as they take on the Coopville Wolves tomorrow here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. You want to hang around with us here and finish things up? We're at the bottom of the 5th. This is going to be the last chance, last dance here for the Turks. As they're fine. Yeah, if you need to go, that's fine, but you're welcome to stay too.
But, I got all the time in the world.
You got all the time in the world. Listen to that. All right.
Well, I'd like to believe so. Yes, it was.
Fouled on the first base line. Strike 2. Quickly an 0-2 count. And again, the story of this game really has been pitching, or challenges, struggles that the Turks have had. Walks, too many fly balls, just really had difficulty in mounting anything short of, we did have a very rare sight. We did have a true home run earlier this afternoon. 3-run shot by number 14, Kobe Keeler, who was our starting pitcher, and hit a nice shot to right field. So congratulations to him. Over the wall. Yes, it was. It was the truth. It was the real deal. So don't see those very often. In the 6 years, almost 6 years I've been doing this, I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen that happen. So I will hit sharply. Coy hits one, and it sails into right field for a nice single. And we got a runner here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. So you and Debbie Ellis are the team, is that right? That does?
Yes.
Perfect. Wonderful. Now, is this your guys' second year together or first year together? Or?
It's been she showed up somewhere around halfway through the season when the original host for last year wasn't able to make a couple of games, so
she filled in.
So she filled in, and I stepped up, and it worked out well.
Good. So you guys have a pretty good rapport going there.
We do.
The two of you? That's great. Swing and a miss. Quickly behind 0-2. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Looks over at the runner at first. Comes to the plate. And just a little, that's a fair ball. That was hit while within the field of play. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I saw too. The ball was hit. The catcher came out, is what I saw. The catcher came out. It hit off of his hand or his arm and within the field to play. And that's what Coach Day is arguing down the first baseline. He's saying, hey, it was hit within the field to play. It was touched by the catcher. It should be a fair ball, but to no avail. Tough call. All right. Well, tough call, tough game. It's just kind of been that way. Yeah, it's like this. Boy, can't seem to catch a break. And he goes down on strikes. So 2 down, one chance, one more dance here for the Turks. Jack Hamilton, who's had a good game today, has caught and done a pretty good job behind the plate on the defensive side. Yes. Might as well, man. And chop down the third base line. That's foul. So the runner will retreat. So Dave, you get a whole 30-minute break before your soccer stream starts, right? We got to keep him busy. And foul. Yeah, so I'm with you. Soccer, I'm pretty much clueless about soccer. I don't. There you go. I think that's more than Dave will be providing. Runner goes. Safe. All right, so some aggressive base running out there. And 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here on Hamilton. And hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, backhands it over to first, and time for out number 3. So that will do it for us here at Sultan High School this afternoon. The Turks come up on the short end of a pretty lopsided score, 23-3. For us, we will be next week is spring break, and I don't believe, David, that we have any baseball broadcasts next week. I do not believe that there are any baseball broadcasts. So we do appreciate you joining us. We will be back in full force. Is there one on Friday? We'll double check that. We'll be back in full force though the week after, and with lots of action, baseball, softball, soccer, here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. We do want to, though, award our TurkPride.tv player of the game. Kobe Keeler is going to be our TurkPride.tv player of the game for that 3-run home run that he had in the first inning. Very deserving for that young man, so we'll make sure that he gets his certificate and his free drink from Windmill Espresso, which Dave Moon knows that place well. I followed. He probably did. I follow Dave occasionally into work, and I see him. It's like, is he going to pull in there? Is he going to pull in? Yep, sure enough, he pulls into Windmill Espresso. That's Dave getting a drink. So, anyway, never a doubt. All right. Well, anyway, my name is Dan Ballard. Appreciate you spending time here. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast just as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you here on TurkPride.tv, your home for all things Sultan Athletics. Good night.